I was pissing myself and the class thought I was jerking off. So I was in class. Here in this school they don't let you go to the bathroom at class, so I had to pee really badly. If I had told the teacher it was urgent maybe she might have let me. I was too nervous to ask, so I held my piss. About an hour later, I had my hands down there holding my piss, with a weird expression on my face, and I was slightly shaking. A couple of minutes pass and my friend looks and sees I was holding my piss. He shakes me and tells me it looks like I'm jerking off. I got embarrassed and nervous, so I removed my hands from there. Luckily I was able to hold the piss. Yelled at a guy for not thinking I was cute while drunk. I do this thing where I'll get stuck on an embarrassing moment from my past and start obsessing over it to the point that I feel like I'll be sick. Currently, I can't stop thinking about how I got too drunk at my cousin's graduation party 5 to 6 years ago. I think I was like 22 or 23. My parents were getting divorced and I was in a bad relationship, overall just going through a lot. I drank way too much. My uncle had his employees over and they were pretty cute, so I started pestering them about doing shots thinking that I was being cute. They finally agreed to do some shots with me, and when I had to tap out started to pester me about it, I assumed because of how I'd been acting. Feeling like I had no other way out, I said I had just thought they were cute and wanted to hang out but now I was too drunk and needed to go to bed. One of the guys said he didn't think I was cute or something like that and I went off. My sister ended up pulling me away, I cried about my parents, and she put me to bed. In the morning she told me what happened and I felt sick to my stomach about having embarrassed myself like that. Especially when that side of the family already doesn't like me very much. To this day I feel terrible about it. I'm 29, married, have a career, I'm trying for a baby. I should be able to forgive myself for this, right? Edit, I don't drink anymore really, it's extremely rare. And no one ever brought this up to me again. I think they still don't like me very much but other than this one night they don't really have a reason so it's never bothered me much. Why I'm so stuck on this. I think my dad heard me talking shit about him. My dad was trying to help out with my son's laundry, 3 boys, so it's a lot of clothes, but today when I went to go fold them, every single piece of clothing was stained with bleach. I was so mad. A lot of their clothes were brand new. All ruined. I said something to him about it and he said he doesn't know, that the last time he used bleach was last week, that same week he washed our clothes after his and the clothes have been sitting out until today. I was on the phone with my husband, who's away right now, saying my dad doesn't know how to properly wash clothes because last week he did another load and all their clothes had some type of other dark stains. I also told him not to touch my clothes, but he did anyway and mixed my whites with colors so a lot of my clothes got ruined too and he shrunk my knit sweaters. I was venting to my husband not knowing if he was home or not and I called him dumb and now I feel bad because I know he's just trying to help. Zoom meeting didn't realize I had video on. Was on a Zoom meeting with a couple people. I'm female. The other 2 people are men. Anyways, I'm part of a meditation group so Mondays there is a group that I like to join and I was in the bathtub and I turned the video off I thought. I got out of the bathtub and was just wiping myself off and I realized when I looked down at my phone, I saw video was on. It wasn't directly pointing at me, but I did move around, so at some point I know that I was in front of the camera. They were nice about it, they didn't say anything lol and I didn't say anything either, I acted like nothing happened just venting. I just realized everyone can hear what I'm listening to. It's kind of stupid that I didn't realize this before, but I'm hard of hearing and use hearing aids, so whenever I take them out to use my AirPods, I have to have the volume at least half, but most of the time it's close to 100%, and I just realized this morning when I rewatched the video that I took last night that you can clearly hear what I'm listening to. Most of my family is also hard of hearing, so no one has told me they can hear what I'm listening to before. It's not like I'm listening to anything bad, it's just really embarrassing to realize that for over a year, everyone could hear what I was listening to. School talent show. So this moment really has a stain on my memory. It was 2012 or 13, I was in preschool and there was a school talent show coming up. I thought I was thinking I could perform or sing, but me, my cousin, who thought he was Eminem, and this other guy who just wanted to be a part of our group got together and signed up for it. We planned all week what we were going to perform for the show. My cousin wouldn't stop suggesting 8 Mile like STFU. We don't know the lyrics. The other dude said man in the mirror. I didn't like it, so we all collectively agreed to sing When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. We knew who was singing what part and so forth. The day comes to perform and everyone who was performing had to sit on a chair in front of the whole school, and after everyone got up and did their performances we were the last ones to go up. As we walk up the steps to go on the stage, I'm looking at the whole school and I see about 7 girls I had a crush on. None of them like me. I wasn't prepared for the embarrassment that was about to come. We get on the stage, LMFAO, we have the mics ready and everything. The song starts to play and like a frog playing dead we just froze up and just stared into the eyes of every single student like a fucking starring contest. As the song is playing in the back nobody sang their parts, nobody did shit. Lamau, we stood there for a good 2 minutes or however long the song was. I was looking at my music teacher telling us to open our voice and sing. She wasn't prepared for our high level starring because I swear I just looked at her the whole time because I didn't want to look at anybody else. The song ended and nobody clapped, rightfully so, and we just walked off stage shamefully. Me and my cousin started blaming the other guy because he didn't sing, acting as if we did. We walked to the back and just started laughing our ass off because of how stupid we looked standing on the stage for however long and not saying a single word. Accidentally unclothed. Way back in the early days of this century, I took my first wrestling team to a summer camp at a large public university. I had intended to commute, but was given my own room in the dorm at the end of the first day. Having nothing but my very sweaty workout clothes, I showered and went to bed. Who needs pajamas? I did not think about the possibility that I might sleepwalk, having never done so before, or since, to my knowledge. Sure enough, I woke up outside, wearing what I had gone to bed in. It was well after midnight, so there was no one awake and I was locked out. Nobody ever believes the naked guy. It seemed rather dire. I hid in the bushes for a while, questioning my life choices and pondering what to tell my wife with a one phone call from jail. Then I remembered that my junky old car had a dysfunctional back window which could be manually lowered with pressure from the outside. I dodged and weaved my way to the parking lot, once hiding in a literal dark corner while some summer co-eds giggled by. I have never been so relieved as I was to climb head first through my back window. Imagine if someone witnessed that spectacle in the moon glow, and don an old, semi-clean pair of boxers I'd left behind. I slept beautifully in my back seat for the remainder of the night. In the morning, a sleepy wrestler helped me gain entry to the dorm unscathed. Sleeping in the buff lost much of its luster after that narrow escape. But I do still try to keep clean underwear in my glove compartment. Parked car. I'm just putting this here. It's been 20 years and I was 18 at the time. My parents were selling our home and I was the only one home when my mom called to say we were having a short notice showing. I cleaned up the place super quick and grabbed my dog. Instead of leaving the premise and going for a drive, I parked my car at the end of our horseshoe driveway and hopped in the backseat to look like I wasn't in the car. My dog was going nuts when the realtor and the prospective buyer showed up. I could see them in my car's mirrors and I know the realtor could see me. She started walking up to my car but stopped midway, shrugged her shoulders and walked back to the front door and went on with the showing. As soon as they went in, I drove away. I've thought about that day many times, like, what was even going through the realtor's head, lol. My dog was going insane and I thought I was being a good ghost, lol. My neighbors have seen me naked. I cannot express how embarrassed I feel right now. Recently I've had 18th birthday and I spent it with my boyfriend. While we were in a hotel we decided to take a nude photo of me with a Polaroid. The day I realized that the photo is missing, and I searched for it with no results. Today my neighbor knocks to the door showing me the find, saying someone put it on a window today/the day before. I fucking died inside. This feels really awful and was very unfortunate because it must have fallen out my purse while grabbing keys or something. On the other hand, my body is nice since I'm young and slim, lol. I can't tell how bad this situation is. I don't really think there would be a great advice on this topic, I just wanted to vent here. Waiting room. This morning I brought my teenager to the clinic before school and had to go back for his Augmentin at the pharmacy. They still didn't have it ready so I went to sit down to wait. I don't know what was different but I sat down and pain shot up my spine and I'm clutching the armrests unable to sit back or stand up. I truly wanted to scream. An elderly lady, 60s? Must have seen my expression and she very loudly asks if I'm okay. I could barely breathe. Funny none of the staff noticed. Just Loudy McCloudy face, shouting over the quiet waiting room. I was able to stand and waited for my kid's name to be called. Got drunk and made an utter fool of myself. I got drunk like 2 days ago with my mates and people older than me who I know but aren't mates W. I knew I was drunk but still knew what I was doing and decided to stop drinking. I then just got really drunk all of a sudden. I don't remember having any more but anyway, I was talking super loud and asked people to slap me. I don't remember much else other than that I started crying in a bush with a random girl. I don't remember being walked home but I'm so utterly embarrassed I don't even think I can face my friends. I have apologized to everyone but I just can't stop thinking about it. I also take full responsibility for my behavior. Can someone help me not feel so bad? Someone has my nudes and is threatening to send them. Long story short, I started talking to a girl on Instagram and we sent nudes to each other. She pretended to be someone else, but is actually a girl who goes to nearby school. She threatened to send them to everyone I know, as she had access to the people I follow on Insta. She then blackmailed me to send her $100. I spam reported her account and got her banned but what if it's too late? Please what do I do? Imp terrified and only 16. Thought someone stole my phone and approached him and he was wrong. I was at the gym and lost my phone. I looked everywhere and couldn't find it. Some guy was walking around with a backpack and looked suspicious as he kept near me when I was looking for my phone and looking back constantly. He even left the gym at one point and I approached him. He said no and then I went back in the gym and asked the employees if they'd seen a phone. I thought the suspicious guy had it for sure so I told the gym employees I thought he'd stolen it and they asked him. Again he said no. I ended up finding it and he didn't have it and now I feel horrible and super guilty. I feel I've probably made him feel a little bit worse about himself too. Please help.